Despite the years it spent as part of the communist bloc, or maybe because of them, Bulgaria cherishes its traditions and its customs. This beautiful country is working hard to join the European Union in 2007. But as the country rushes forward, some of its people are getting left behind. In the town of Chepelare, high in the Rhodope Mountains, less than 10 miles from the Pamporovo ski resort, there are still signs of poverty. In the district around this small town, there are no less than 5 orphanages. The largest, actually in Chepelare, is an uninspiring tower block in an industrial area of town. 2 floors of this otherwise empty monstrosity, with its decaying concrete walls, and one of the town's timber yards as a garden, a home to some of the many orphans. Although living in the tower block is obviously better than living on the streets, it lacks many of the homely touches that British children would take for granted. When they discovered how the children live, a handful of Swindon friends spent much of 2004 asking the people and businesses of Swindon to help make a better life for these young people. Their efforts were well rewarded, and so they were able to send a 20-foot sea container containing thousands of pounds worth of gifts and an immeasurable amount of goodwill from the people of Swindon. A month later, 6 of the team followed the container to Bulgaria. On Friday the 7th of January, the gifts arrived in Chepelare, and Bulgarian customs officers verified that the container had not been tampered with, so it was brought up to the disused school, which would be the team's distribution centre for the next few days. As none of the team had a knife to cut the customs seal, the lorry driver found one, and the local TV company witnessed the doors being opened. Despite having a winter voyage through the Bay of Biscay and the Mediterranean Sea, only a few of the boxes had shifted during the journey. Once these had been stabilised, the team gathered on the back of the lorry for photographs and interviews. One of the team, Geri, known as Jerry, was born in Chepelare, but she's studying English in Swindon, so she was able to act as an interpreter.
I saw that you already have Max in Bulgarian England and member from Chepelare. Does that mean that Swindon and Chepelare they'll be like a twins brother?
We'd very much like to. It's a very friendly village, and we just love the people. We hope that this is the start of something really big that we can keep going.
In order to save money, the container had to be empty within 2 hours of customs giving the OK to open. Otherwise, the transport company would make a surcharge. So it was all available hands to move the boxes inside and down to the storage room. Here they were piled by the door, awaiting to be checked off against the customs declaration before they could be sorted by type and suitability. Not one box managed to slip through unchecked, no matter how hard it tried. The unloading was complete within the 2 hours limit, but the team knew they'd worked hard.
The lorry's arrived, the lorry's been empty. John, how do you feel?
Tired, very happy, very happy.
All we've got to do now is distribute it. Easy.
Job well done. So the toys can...
So sorting the boxes and checking that the contents matched the manifest continued for a few more hours, until finally the customs officers were happy that all was in order, so the team gave up work for the day and went to relax. On Saturday morning they were back at work, this time to take items from some boxes to put with other items to create deliveries which were suitable for the different aged children they would find at the various orphanages. The Deputy Mayor of Chepelare was amazed at the quantity and quality of the goods which had been brought from Swindon.
Unbelievable. Where's the things going? Unbelievable. Right, look, how's that?
He wasn't just there as a civic dignitary. Along with the chairman of the Community Foundation, he was to be a delivery driver for the day. And so, the clothes and toys which had been brought into the building just the day before started to make their way back up the stairs and outside. Then somehow, into the van. Very soon, the first consignment was ready to leave. The boxes in the van, but the team on foot, because the first place to receive a delivery was to be the large orphanage in Chepelare, which was just across a yard from the school building. Some of the young people who had helped unload the lorry, sort the boxes and then load the van actually lived there. But they did it just to be helpful, not because they knew what was going on. Some of the younger children were a little bemused at being ushered into their common room with the deputy mayor, a bunch of foreigners, and a huge pile of cardboard boxes. Unlike the older ones, they hadn't had the advantage of seeing what lay inside the packaging. They began to understand when the manager gave a short speech of thanks.
И да ви благодаря за дарението, което направихте за нашите деца.
Thank you very much for that what you've done for our kids. We are very excited at the moment.
А също и от името на децата, нали?
From the name of the kids, we already can see them smiles.
The team had made it a condition of bringing the goods that they'd be allowed to be present when the children opened the boxes. Not just to enjoy the moment, but also to make sure that it all went to children that really needed help. After a few minutes, they were invited to look around the building to see how the children live.
Oh, they're just ordinary rooms, the basic things they need. This is it, but you know, it's much better than homes because
They have nothing.
they have nothing there, almost. It's clean.
So 2 people share 3.
Three people share a room.
Is this their lockers and their clothes?
Yeah, the walkers and the bathroom.
It wasn't the best moment of the trip.
I feel like going home getting me duvet and pillows and bringing it up for them. Mum, send me duvet.
It's clean. It's clean.
It's clean, but it's too basic.
Yeah, they've got
Makes you
no-
appreciate like what you've got at home, doesn't it?
They've got no home comforts, just the basic things for virtually surviving, and that's it, in the rooms.
Yeah.
You know, it's,
There's nothing to them, is there?
you know, but they're proud and they're clean and they're tidy.
Yeah, that's
So if we
amazing.
can help them next time with something else, then so be it.
It's unbelievable. 3 in a room, it's just sleeping on wood. You know what I mean? Gutting. No other word for it, mate. Gutting. I can't talk.
After a good night's rest, Sunday morning saw the team driving into the mountains to visit more children. The first port of call also had a baby and toddler unit, and the team had organised a number of fundraising events specifically to buy items for it. Unfortunately, these were still in the old school. The customs officers had insisted that a medical officer should authorise their use first. However, undaunted, they took a packed van of clothes and toys for the older children. Spirits which had been low the previous night were raised when they arrived at the home. Nestled amongst the trees in an attractive mountain village, it looked like a home and not an institution. Once again, the older children were interested in what was going on and they were keen to help. But once again, the best bit was opening the boxes.
Say a little prayer for all those who are poor, they'll find peace of mind. And the ones they adore, say a little prayer, baby, for all those who have much more, they'll find it in their hearts to lend a helping hand.
Despite the homeliness of the lounge and the jollity that was taking place there, a reminder of why the aid had been sent was just upstairs where the babies and toddlers lived.
These are well looked after, we've done a little bit up there for them as well.
Best clothes kids in Bulgaria.
That's good though, isn't it?
Yeah.
How do you feel now? Better?
Excellent.
You feel a lot better now than you did last night?
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Although the van needed to be replenished, on the way back the gang stopped off at an orphanage which was due to receive gifts later in the week.
That they may grow to see a world full of love and harmony.
Once again, the children didn't realise that they would be getting anything, but they were delighted with the visit.